Imagine a recording session in the late 1960s. No digital click tracks, no screens, just four musicians in a room capturing a performance straight to magnetic tape. The timing wasn't dictated by a computer, but by the shared intuition of the players. When a chorus hits and the energy in the room spikes, a drummer naturally leans into the kit, pulling the tempo up by 2 or 3 beats per minute. This acceleration is pure emotional physics. It's called rubato, stolen time, and it allows the music to breathe. Without a metronome, staying in sync required constant collective micro-adjustments. Musicians relied on eye contact and the physical cues of their bandmates to find the beat, negotiating the tempo in real time. While music theory suggests time is divided into stripped, clean fractions, the actual execution was far more complex. The final audio of these sessions was often much messier and more alive than the notes written on the page. In this era, a snare hit landing 20 milliseconds behind the beat wasn't perceived as a technical failure. Listeners processed that slight delay as groove or soul. It was the sound of a human being reacting to the moment. Capturing this human magic was emotionally resonant, but it was also notoriously difficult to edit. Magnetic tape was expensive and physically demanding to cut, creating a constant tension between human expression and the needs of production. That tension was resolved by the digital audio workstation. The focal point of recording moved from a room of musicians to a single computer screen. Digital recording replaced the continuous living performance with the management of discrete data points. Audio was no longer a flowing stream of electricity. It was a collection of individual bits that could be moved, cut, and aligned with total precision. This shift introduced the grid. Decades of exposure to these perfectly aligned tracks have reprogrammed our auditory expectations. Modern listeners have developed a narrowed tolerance for timing deviations. To an ear raised on quantized pop and streaming playlists, the natural timing of a 1960s drummer can now feel like an error rather than a groove. This creates a paradox. While we often claim to crave the warmth of vintage records, many find the actual uncorrected timing of those records uncomfortably messy. We've entered an uncanny valley of rhythm, where human imperfection feels wrong. The software didn't just change how we edit audio, it quietly retrained the human brain's baseline definition of what a perfect performance sounds like. However, music that is perfectly aligned to the grid often feels sterile. Without the slight deviations of a human hand, the rhythm can feel static and lifeless. To solve this, the industry relies on an ironic workaround: humanize algorithms. These tools artificially inject randomized microdelays and mathematical mistakes back into the track. Producers are now using software to simulate the exact human flaws that the software was originally designed to remove. It forces us to ask, are we using these tools to master our art, or are the tools slowly ironing out the essential wrinkles of our humanity? Music used to move at the unpredictable speed of human feeling. Now it moves at the speed of the processor.